masters, and welcome guests. The journey from credit manager to sales manager, I thought was going to be easy. But I realised, actually, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, because when you're in sales, you're expected to be a very good presenter. Apparently, that's part of the job. So I moved into sales from credit control and realised that I was going to have to learn how to present. So I booked myself onto the company 2-day workshop. I rocked up at our head office, suited and booted, in my smartest suit, my brightest lipstick, my highest heels, because apparently if you dress the part, you feel the part. You've heard that phrase, fake it until you make it? So I turned up. But actually underneath I was petrified. And I walked into the room with 6 other people from my company, but they all worked in different departments, so purchasing, warehouse. So they looked at me and they went, "Oh, you're in sales, why are you here? You're going to be great at this." And I was like, "Oh my God, no, I'm not." Anyway, this workshop was run by 2 actors who had been on Broadway, they'd been in London, they'd been on stage all their life, so they were extremely well qualified. And they announced that we would just have to come up on stage and present. But they were going to film the whole thing for the whole 2 days. Cringe. So I stood up, gave my presentation, got my feedback. And they said to me, "Lisa, do you know what? You are a very professional speaker." I thought, yes, excellent, I can leave. And then they said, "But you're a bit boring, you're a bit stuffy, you don't engage with the audience, you don't smile, and actually you need to lighten up." So the next day we all came in and they decided as actors that the only way to learn how to present was to take on a role, to become this new person. And they told us we had to dress up. I agree,
Oh, no.
Never wear clothes. So what do you think they got me to dress up as? Any ideas?
Wow.
Worse.
Santa Claus.
Well, they also told us what we had to speak about. So first of all, they said, "You're going to talk about fly fishing." Luckily, I had experience of fly fishing, so I did know a little bit about it. But the next thing they said was, "You are going to be a children's TV presenter. And the audience are going to be 5 to 7-year-old children, or you've got to pretend they're 5 to 7-year-old children." So they gave me a red curly wig, an oversized pair of spectacles, a big bow tie, and the most hideous, spotty, brightly coloured waistcoat. So I came running onto the stage, "Hi kids!" and became this idiot trying to teach children how to present, how to fly fish. What had I learnt from this? Well, my professional, stuffy, boring style of communication wasn't me, didn't work, didn't engage with the audience, and my mucking around, being really silly, being a clown, wasn't my style either. So I came away from this 2-day workshop thinking, well, how am I going to go into the corporate world and act like a clown? Because that's just not going to work. So what did I do? I just went back to my old habits of being stuffy, boring, and very, very professional. But actually, really what I did was planned my work so that I would never have to do a presentation. 2005, I left the corporate world and I set up my own business as a personal trainer. Now, as a personal trainer, I ran exercise classes. So I would stand up in front of a group like this, 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, and I would teach classes. I was energetic, I was motivational, I was inspiring, I was spontaneous and probably a little bit bossy. But that was not presenting. That wasn't a presenting style because that was teaching exercise, completely different, right? But I was sort of finding my way, finding my style. Then 2015, I walked through that door and I came here. And I went straight back into that I'm going to have to use big words, be professional, and I don't know why, but I just put my head on to be that stuffy, boring person. I tried big words, I tried to resonate the other speakers, and it just wasn't my style. But over time, after giving speeches, running some little events, going and giving some talks to places like the WI and just local groups, I started to realise that my style was just about being me. My style was about telling stories. My style was about connecting with people, motivating people. Maybe a little bit of the clown came out, but I found my style. Communication styles change. And the thing is, if you were going into a boardroom to present a sales proposal, you'd not be running in with a curly red wig and big glasses, because it wouldn't go down very well. So if you're going to go into a boardroom, you find the style that works for you and the audience to connect with them. If you're on stage and you're talking to 5,000 people, your communication style is going to be very different from speaking to a small, intimate group in a pub, for example. So depending on where you are and what you're speaking about and how you're engaging with your audience, you find your own style. I know my style now, and I can just be me. I don't have to worry about being that professional person, but I can be that professional person if I need to be, because I will use those skills when I need to. So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, what's your style? Do you know? Having Toastmasters.